Travelers of Reddit, what place did live up to the hype? Prague. It was like a metropolitan medieval town. The Pacific Rim National Park, Canada. It's a temperate rainforest with huge trees that are hundreds of years old. Yosemite National Park in California. Everything was supersized and beautiful. Hiking in a normal local park, even if it has mountains and waterfalls, just feels small now. Austria. I felt like no matter which direction I looked it was like a picture from a postcard. I expected the people to be somewhat cold but they were very friendly and welcoming. I'd love to go back. Ireland. People were beyond friendly and it was like a jolly pub celebration complete with trad every night. The bar atmosphere is so different. Less sleazy dudes trying to get it and people being friendly to actually be friendly. It was wonderful. For me, Iceland. I went at the very start of the season, so got the benefit of being able to do all the things without insane crowds. This is the coolest thing I've ever done on any trip. Also, Norway and Ireland are ducking gorgeous, and Italy is an art lover's paradise. New Zealand. I went there this July so in the middle of their winter and my Kiwi mate was telling me how cold it would be. I'm English BTW, and it was autumnal. The landscapes are just amazing. I walked up to Roy's Peak and the views were amazing. I went hiking on a glacier and if it was summer I could have gone surfing in the same day. Also the roads are great. Most of the highways are one lane but the roads are so empty that it doesn't make a difference. The Cliffs of Moher. The $4 go-karts on the main drag at the Wisconsin Dells. Super cheap and you get to go for like 10 minutes. The view from the top of Table Mountain in Cape Town. It was like a vision of eternity. No photograph could possibly show how beautiful that view is. Norway. Endless nature. Giant pretty mountains. Drinkable see-through water. So many rocks to jump on. Very few people in sight. 9/10. I would go in the summer though. The Grand Canyon. It is beyond amazing. It truly makes you feel tiny. I hiked down one of the trails, not all the way down, and it was an amazing experience. 10/10 would most definitely go again. Edinburgh in the Christmas season. It was magical. The only downside to Edinburgh was a problem that sadly all cities have, lots of homeless people. To be clear, they themselves aren't the problem. The homelessness epidemic is. Went to Walmart as a European guy. Leading up to going there I've been told it's nothing special and it will be an anticlimax. After we arrived I saw there was a McDonald's in the Walmart. Easily the best experience of Muricanis my life. Best part of everything. There were 2 scootmobiles of fat people inside. Budapest is simply magnificent. Copenhagen, Denmark. Fabulous. Did. The Greek islands. Did not. Athens. Banff National Park in Alberta, Canada. The most beautiful place I've ever visited. The Cabot Trail. Halifax Cape Breton, Nova Scotia, Canada. Grossmore National Park, Newfoundland, Canada. Edit. Fixed the place. Sorry guys. Rome. Hands down. I still can't get over the awe I felt seeing the Colosseum for the first time. And the food is incredible. Everywhere you turn, there's an incredible piece of history. That being said, do watch your pockets. The Oregon coast. To be fair, I'd never heard any hype about it. But if there is hype, it's totally accurate. Sitting on a patio overlooking a beach with steel grey waves crashing in. Eating a bowl of slumgullion while drinking a rug ale. The air is chilly and foggy, but under the tent roof of the fish and chip shop you're totally comfortable. Then the sun comes out and you comb the beach for agates while keeping an eye for those sneaker waves. Croatia. Absolutely beautiful country. New York is pretty rad as long as you stay away from the Times Square area. Prague and Santorini did, especially if you go close to the off-season, and the general atmosphere of Barcelona and Amsterdam makes your soul feel refreshed. Costa Rica. I had only heard great things about it. The people, the weather, etc. The resort I was at was amazing and we got to get out into the towns and see the real Costa Rica. Going back there next year. Yellowstone. We juicy RV'd around the west coast for 4 weeks. Yellowstone blew my mind. Beautiful place. Fantastic tours with park rangers. Incredible wildlife. And a massive range of scenery. From the colors of Grand Prism, the power of Old Faithful, the grassy buffalo habitats, to the rocks and mountain goats. Breathtaking. Amsterdam. Beautiful. Historic. Friendly people. Easy to explore. I was heading to Singapore next, so didn't risk trying any of the local herbs. But I did walk through the red light district for some eye candy. Paris. While the people are only friendly if you speak French like a native, I enjoyed myself anyway. Great food around almost any corner. Beautiful architecture. Easy to get around. Lots to do and see. I don't see much Asia on here, so I'm just the Inari Gates, Kyoto, Japan. The arcade district in Tokyo. I forget the name, but just skyscrapers full of arcade games. Lot World, Seoul. SK, the largest indoor amusement park. Not intended for adults, but we didn't care. Honestly, Seoul has zero hype and is super underrated. Korea isn't very touristy, so everything is authentic and a blast. The DMZ did not live up to the hype and was the only touristy part of the whole country as far as I saw. Definitely Italy. Also Jamaica is pretty nice. Chicago is pretty damn awesome. I love that city and want to go back. Scotland. It really is like a real life version of the first Highlander movie. Salem during Halloween. Everyone should do this once in their lives. New Orleans over Halloween was also amazing, but we expected it to be. Mine and my girlfriend's anniversary is Halloween, so we go to different places on that day to celebrate. I found London to be amazing. The museums in particular were incredible. Did a semester abroad there and it was the best semester of school for me. I've also never been to somewhere quite like Newfoundland, Canada. Grossmore National Park was absolutely unique and hauntingly beautiful. Wadi Rum, a desert preserve in the south of Jordan. It's beautiful. My wife and I visited Jordan this summer and spent the night in Wadi Rum with a Bedouin guide and his son. It was a fantastic experience and I highly recommend it. Never in my life have I seen so many stars or such a beautiful sunset. As strange as it sounds, Disney World. I went there last year with my girlfriend and the time of our lives. It really didn't sink in until our last night. We stayed until the park closed that night, and walking back from He Castle down Main Street, all lit up with the instrumental from Wish Upon a Star playing. It really was a place of dreams and magic. Also for me personally, the historic Plymouth Portsmouth Naval Dockyard. Being able to touch history was an amazing experience. Edit. I'm pretty sure I have to give up my UK citizenship for ducking that up. Hawaii. It's a beautiful place and we go back as often as we can. Norway. I remember the train ride from Bergen to Oslo. 8 hours. Listening to Sigur Rós. Shed tears looking out the window. Seeing redwood trees in Northern California. Being at the base of a redwood for the first time is something I'll never forget. Malaga, Spain. I read a lot of opinions saying either it was great or boring. We loved it. Namibia. People are awesome. Food and animals are a bonus. Quebec City. Just got back 2 weeks ago. Food was great. Service was great. People were all nice. Everybody. Feels like you're in Europe. 10 out of 10. The Highlands of Scotland and city of Edinburgh were amazing. 10/10. The people were incredibly friendly, talkative, and helpful. The pubs were lively and fun. Can't wait to go back again. Also Zion Nation Park in Utah was amazing. It's like a little paradise in the middle of the desert. I went to San Francisco with absolutely no expectations. It was just a quick weekend before a wedding in LA. Was completely surprised by how much I loved it. Wandered around the city on a beautiful November afternoon. Go figure that the one US city I'd love more than my hometown of Nick would be the one city here that's more expensive. Machu Picchu. Even if you aren't into the whole ancient city, which I kind of get it, it's crowded as hell and you're essentially just walking through. The view is ducking incredible with the mountains all around. There's a pathway that leads off the city and gives you a wild panorama of the ruins and all the surrounding mountains. There's very few people up there, because it's a hell of a walk, so it's quiet and you just get to take it all in. The town underneath Machu Picchu is also really cool because it's essentially just built up the side of a mountain. Album if you're interested. Second picture is the one from the top of the pathway. The city looks empty because I definitely photoshopped every tourist out of those.